Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I have my second layout using the Noel Mignon August kit, and that is the Weekend in Paris kit, and this is the classic kit that I'm using. I am talking to my friend Jenny as I am making this layout. We had a morning where we spent a couple hours on FaceTime and we were scrapping and talking, so pardon my my hand gestures and stuff. But this layout is for a challenge this week, and this week we are challenging ourselves and everyone else to do some stitching on your layout. So it can either be hand stitching or machine stitching or faux stitching, however you're most comfortable doing it, but we're encouraging everyone to give that a try. I'm going to be hand stitching on mine, and I have this picture of my daughter Kaylin, who had just finished her first adult cross stitch pattern, and she had done a couple little kid ones, I guess, like, you know, very beginning type things, and this was her first like adult pattern, you know, real needle, all that kind of stuff, and she did a really great job. I didn't even really have to help her all that much. I just showed her how to do it, and she took off and did it herself, so we were really proud of her for that. So I wanted to definitely make this layout, since we are doing, you know, stitching on a layout that's going to tie in really nicely with it. All right, so I'm going to use this black cardstock as my main background here, and that I'm going to gut the middle of it because I'm not going to use any other pieces of it right now, but I want to keep it for, you know, another layout if I need some black cardstock. So I'm just going to gut out the middle here. I'm going to be covering it all up, and I will do that, and then I will use a piece of Heidi Swap paper that has the ovals on it, and they're pink and black, so that ties in really nicely there. And I really liked that paper on here because it reminds me of the hoops that you use when you do cross stitching or quilting. You know, you use like those big hoops to keep the fabric steady as you're making things. And so since Kaylin needed to use a hoop for hers, it was a teeny tiny hoop, but it was kind of perfect for that. So I'm going to use that, and then I'm also going to use this other Heidi Swap here that's kind of like a pink gingham. These are both from her Magnolia line that I think is most recent. Okay, so I wanted to ink the edges of my papers because I'm using a few different patterns here. So I am using some Tim Holtz Distress ink from my stash, and I'm using the color Worn Lipstick. So I'm just going to do inking along the edges of all of my pattern papers here. And it's very subtle, but you know, when I'm using multiple patterns on top of each other, I like to make sure I have some sort of distinction around them. All right, so I like that. And then I look over and I have a scrap from my last layout here of this blue floral from Julie Nutting. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this too. So I'm gonna go ahead and ink the edges of that, but it's just a nice little accent. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the stuff stuck down. I'm gonna go ahead and put my background paper on top of this cardstock outline, and then get my other two layers put down where I want them as well. All right, so now I have to think about my title. It's gonna be big because I'm gonna use these stickers. These stickers are called Charm, and they came in the kit. And they're a really cute, like very light vintagey pink with some gold glitter polka dots on them. So I spelled out the word cross stitch, and that's going to be my main title, and then I will have a little extra, a few extra words on it as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down. It fits perfectly across this Heidi Swap paper, so I'm going to go ahead and use my quick dry adhesive to put down these because they are chipboard, so they don't always stick. So I went ahead and put those down. I'm going to go ahead and put my picture down as well because it's going to fit really nicely right here. And then I will finish off my title using the Webster's Pages little alphabet stickers. Sorry for my head. I got some dried glue on my picture, so I'm trying to rub it off. All right, so I will cut out a lot of this because I'm going to spell out the words Kaylin's first, and it takes me a little bit of time. These tiny alphabets are really nice, but man, they're small. And then my camera ran out of battery and space at the same time. So I was working a little bit ahead. Like I just kept going because my camera doesn't give me any notifications at all that anything runs out. So I have that little die cut that says "So Fun," and it's like a little embroidery hoop. And then that wood veneer that says "Make." Those are both from my stash. I saved both of those pieces specifically to use on this layout. I had them with my picture because I knew I wanted to use them with it. So those are from my stash. Those are not from the kit. But all right, so I use a little bit of Melissa Francis lace trim on the top and the bottom, and I'm poking my holes for my stitching. So I used an Amy Tangerine stencil right there, that pink one, and that is one that I've had for a long time, but it had X's on along the bottom, and that's how I wanted to do some of my stitching because that is what cross stitching is X's. So I'm going to do those, and then I'm also going to do some straight stitching through this lace here, and I'm just literally just going through the little holes in the middle, and I'm going to do a few along the top and the bottom, not the whole thing, just a little bit to add a little bit of an accent of black to help bring out that black in the cardstock. So I'm doing that, and I'm using the washi tape back here to finish it off. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my X's as well, and I'm just making these little stitches, and I'm using black thread, and I'm using 3 strands of thread for my stitching so that it kind of pops out a little bit more. But I'm doing it like right along here, just little 4 X's. And then I will do 4 X's along the other side here as well on this side. So I have hand stitching in 4 different places. And I really like the little pop that that adds there. Okay, so now I'm going to use these stickers, and I'm going to use the word details, and I'm going to put that up here. Sorry for my head again. And then this is where I would do my journaling. I'm making my own journaling lines with my ruler and my pen, and just talking about, you know, her wanting to cross stitch. I'm a cross stitcher as well. I don't do it as much as I used to, but I'm making one right now as a Christmas gift. So she's been watching me working on some stuff, and she wanted to try it as well. So I got her one of those little like very, very beginner type things, and she did, you know, 1 or 2 of those, and then she said, "Mom, I really want to do one like yours, like an actual, you know, teeny tiny stitches and a needle, like a real needle." You know, the other one she was using was like a plastic. And so I got over my fear of her using an actual needle, and I got her this little pattern that she did there with the butterflies and the tulip, and it's a bookmark. And so she ended up doing that, and she did that all on her own. I only had to help her every so often if she got like knots or, you know, had some trouble doing something. I would help her out a little bit, but for the most part she did everything by herself, and I was really, really proud of her. And she used a real needle and everything. Okay, so I'm using one of these little enamel pins here. This was on a bobby pin, but I don't like how thick it was, so I just took it off the bobby pin. It came right off. So I put that up there, and it says "You Shine So Bright." And then I'm just putting a couple little things here from these sticker sheets that all came in the kit. I have that camera there from crepe paper, and that little bow from the sticker sheet, from the thicker sheet as well. And that completes this. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry that a little bit of it was cut out because my battery ran out, but you get the main gist of everything. All right, please let me know if you have any questions, and I will leave a link down below to Noel's website if you guys want to check out the kits and the blog, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.